All right, guys, welcome back to PhotoGrafix Academy. I am still excited about this composition that we're going to be doing. This, in this particular one, right? Amazing composition. So we want to see how much we can be able to create by bringing in these two particular things together. So we want to add the background and the wall clock so that we can create more like an olden vintage vibe kind of image. So without wasting much of our time, let's see how much we can do and how close we can come to the look we are targeting. So the first thing we're going to do, of course, is to crop the image, because if we want to bring in this particular one over here, it's going to look squished in. So we need to make enough room to be able to hold in everything we want to add and see the way it looks. So what the first thing I'm going to do is to crop, because stretch from this end and as well stretch from this end, because once we add our clock, we want it compositioned here, right, in this particular thoughts and all the way down and all of that proportionally. So go to our background and make sure we are selecting content aware and press OK. So once it's done, once it's done, the next thing to do is, of course, to separate our object from our background. We don't want to have interferences at the end of the day. So I'm going to make a selection, go to my select subject, right click on it and select any verse. So the next thing we want to do is make sure we minus all the seat, because we don't want it gone. Okay, so I feel like I should darken my background a little before I start separating, so that our blending will look very seamless at the end of it. So we'll leave it like this. So we'll make a duplicate of our background, right click and go to layer via cut. So we'll drag this particular image layer over here and leave our image layer below, above rather, and leave our background layer below. Now we'll have to bring in our background, the one we want to use. So we unlock it and use our move tool to drag it over, place it here. Of course, we'll scale in to fit the image we are working with. Right, this will fit it in. Beautiful. So press OK. Tack it down a little bit too. Beautiful. So that we make sure that the lightening is matching. So one of the things you always want to do when you are doing your background manipulations and all of that, especially when you are doing composites, is to make sure that your lightening match. If your lightening does not match, it will look off. The object should not look brighter than the background. The same thing with the background, unless you intentionally want to do that. Like this one, if you keep it at multiply, it will just go way darker than the object, which is going to look off. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go to my levels and create a vignette effect. So we'll just tacken it down, but not entirely, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up my brush, make sure it's a big round brush, and I'll make sure it's a hard, big round brush. So I'll make sure that my foreground color is black, so that we'll use our mask and we'll use it and cut out the mask. So we'll come over here and we'll just make a polish over there. This looks beautiful already, but we're not going to leave it like this, right? We'll just double click to load the levels again and click on the mask. Then we feather it from here. So the idea is to give it that beautiful gradient lightening effect that looks like the lightning, was centered in the middle. So we can decide to bring it closer and even decide to make it larger. So we'll just keep it here. Use our shift to drag it down like this. Beautiful. So I think we need to bring this side in a little bit more. Okay, press OK. So you can even decide to change the blend mode. Let's see what luminosity will do. Nice one. Soft lights. Mixed a little bit warm, which I love. So we'll keep it like that, the before and the after. We need to darken it out. We need to reduce the opacity a little bit. Go. So once that one is fixed, the next thing to do is to bring in our wall clocks. And this is our clock over here. Beautiful 18. It is on a pure white background. So we can just, create a mask for it. Yeah, let's see how that mask is going to work. Go to select color range. So let's try selecting all the white, all the highlights. Still selecting some part of my clock in it. So we're going to leave it. I'm going to use magic wand tool. That's what it's called, yes. So once I click, it's going to try to sample all the whites in the image. Just the same way I'm clicking on it. So I'm holding my shift to select the areas that are not perfectly selected. I think we clicked wrongly. So come again. Okay, so that selection was wrong. We use our lasso tool to just select this part. Good. Beautiful. This works for me. Except for this area that still has whites in them. Okay. So what our shift and select again. Good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a mask for it. Press Ctrl I. So the mask is inverted now. Use our shift, drive it, place it over where. And of course, scale it up. But before we scale, we need to convert to a smart object, so we don't lose the pixels of the image. Then we'll scale it in. Okay, so I think we missed a particular area. This particular whitish area over here. So we'll take it some steps back and go fix that particular issue right there. Okay. Our magic 1, 2. Hold our shift and select that area. Now, I noticed something when we are trying to place it there. We still have white fringes at the edge. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to select, go to modify, expand by 3. 3 is too much. Let's expand by 1. So it takes it in a little bit. So that will help us get the same result we would have gotten if we used a pen tool. You will see. Press Ctrl I, use your move tool, drag over. Remember, convert to smart object before you unscale. Then hold your shift and drag it up. We'll alternate rather to scale it up. I think I like it here. And this one placed like this. To round paste up here. I'll make it a bit slimmer because it's coming too bold. Okay, press OK. Nice one. So you notice that white fringes we had at the edges have disappeared. But she's too bright. Right? So press Ctrl M to select our course. And just darken him down a little. Just like that. Too much. Good. Play with the highlights. Press OK. So the next thing to do is to play with our color gradings and get very, very good focus on our object. So looking at it now, I think my big net effect should actually act on top of it, right? And I feel it should squinch in more towards the center, just to make sure that our focus is on the girl, not on the stuff standing behind her and on the background. I even would have loved to add shadow to this, but I think because of the darkening and the playing with light, we already have a realistic look there. Another thing I want to do is to introduce a very faded shadow for her. So I will double click on the background copy, go to drop shadow, very soft one. So we need it to become very soft. So we reduce our scale and make sure our spread, we increase our scale rather, and make sure our spread is well, just like that. I will drag it to ours here. Just a little bit. Beautiful. Press OK. So if you look at that drop shadow now, you just added a very faded shadow, but giving it a very grounded look. Now it's time to color grade our skin. So looking at this lady, we are working with a dark chocolate model, not a warm model. So there are a lot of ways we can color grade this skin, but specific one we can do, which is what we're going to do right now, is that I'm going to use a hex code. So how do we get it? Very simple. You can either use color palette or even tell ChatGPT to give you. So I'm going to quickly, minimize my Photoshop and get my hex code for you. All right, welcome back. So we've picked up our hex code. I'm going to go into my solid color and I'm going to press Ctrl V. Look at our hex code over here. So I'll press OK, minimize it. Now it's time to get her skin tone. So I'll make a duplicate of my image, right? Create a mask for one. Go to select, go to color range. Now you will notice one thing. Our object and her dress are quite similar in color. So this might give us a little issue. So we'll click on her skin, pick up the plus icon and just go around her skin. So one thing you'll notice is that at the end of the day, some part of the dress and some part of the seat where she's sitting on will be added to it. So that will be our work to use brush and fix that later. Okay, so press OK. Use the mask to replace the mask of the solid color. Now you can delete one of this. So if you open up the mask of the solid color, you notice all the shear is selected and all of that, which we might not even want to remove because it will make the shear to have a very relatable color tone with the whole scene. But let's blend first. If we need to remove it, then we'll remove it. So I'm trying to remove it from our dress. It is very important for me. Alright, so once you are done doing your, mask modification, just change the blend mode to color, first of all. But as I'm noticing, we didn't select the nose. Let's limit what we're doing within the confines of this selection. So I think I'll need to darken the tone of the lips as well. Okay. Sorry, I'm taking your time trying to make sure I get a perfect result. Alright, so once this is done, reduce the opacity of your color, right, to like 8, between 8 to 15. So we'll keep it all around 13. Press OK. Then make a duplicate. Ctrl J. Beautiful. Beautiful. I actually wanted to change this soft light, but still gonna push her towards a warm tone. Still going to push her towards a warm tone. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to change this to color, right? Then duplicate the last one and change it to soft light. So once I change it to soft light, I reduce it. So what did I do? Make a duplicate of the color 2 times and change and do it like 3 times. The third one we change to soft light. So you can decide to push up the the opacity of that. But I think I love it where it was. Beautiful. So now we'll have a very uniform tone, but the skin is that. So what do? We go to curves and bit more like an S curve over here for the skin. So we'll hold our alternate and catch the mask. Beautiful. Of course, we need to bring it down. Change the blend to luminosity so it doesn't warm her up. The last thing is to brighten the overall image in terms of the skin tone. Now that the job is done there, the last thing we're going to do is to create a global color grading that will really give that old vibe effect. So I'm going to go into my color lookup. Let's start from there and just move it around and see what gives us what we are looking for. So I think I need to bring this down. Beautiful. So this is so good. I think I'm going to come back to this, but let's keep going. Yeah. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to combine 2 color lookups. This particular one for that high key contrast look, and the very first one, this particular one, that will bring it down. So with these 2 here, we'll have a very strong vintage looking image. Create a stamp visible layer. Go to your filter, go to camera raw filter, and just play around with your contrast and the haze to create that haziness on the image, right? So I'm going to reduce the highlight, very important. Add a little contrast. Then for my haziness, just a little bit of haziness to give it that less clarity effect. Add a little clarity to it. And of course, reduce the overall exposure of the image. Beautiful. I love that warm tone that we just brought in. And that is how you're doing. So finally, I'll go to my effects up here and just add a little vignette more. Make sure I drag it towards the center to the midpoint. Good one. Press OK. And the job is done. So let me show you the overall before and after. This was where we started. This is how far we've come. The before, the after, the before, the after. Thank you so much for watching this amazing video. Do make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I forgot to tell you, if you want access to this background and the props we used, very simple. Comment interested in the comment section of this video and I'm going to send it. I'm going to send you a link, right, that you are going to use to join our Telegram community, where we'll give out not just this background, but every other thing for free. Thank you so much one more time. When you subscribe, turn off your notification bell so that you get notified every single time we drop a new video. Until then, see you on the next one.